Hey guys. So I was just hopping on here because I wanted a continuation of the Bible's. Uh, I was reading about Abraham, Sarah, and Lot in Genesis 16 to 20. I stopped off at 20, and I just wanted to continue reading from 20 on, and just just to get a few encouragement from the Bible. So that's why I'm hopping on here, guys, to share some more. All right, so we're going to start reading off, starting from Genesis 20. Now, Abram moved his camp from there to the land of Negeb and began dwelling between Kadesh and Shur while he was residing in Gerar. Abraham repeated concerning his wife Sarah, she's my sister. So Abimelech, the king of Gerar, sent for Sarah and took her. Afterward, God came by night to Abimelech in a dream and said to him, "Here you are as good as dead because of the woman whom you have taken, since she is married and belonged to another man." However, Abimelech had not gone near her. So he said, "Jehovah will kill you, a nation that is really innocent. Did he not say to me, 'She's my sister,' and did she too not say, 'He's my brother'? I did this with a honest heart and an innocent hand." Now hold up. Let's discuss that. So I know that Abraham was trying to shield his wife, you know, by telling the king Abimelech that she's his sister. But Jehovah is so strong on his covenant he made with Abraham that nations will come from him and his son and his wife, him and his wife Sarah, they will bring forth a son. Because of that secure covenant, Jehovah is making sure that no other man touch Sarah. And so therefore, Abimelech brought home Sarah. He hasn't touched her yet, but he went into sleep, deep sleep, and God gave him a dream. Like, look, the woman you have beside you you can't touch her, or else a whole nation will be destroyed. So therefore, you have to bring her back. This is not your woman. So basically, I wanted to just emphasize on that, how whenever Jehovah God made a covenant, how adamant he is for anyone to keep that covenant. His word do not come out without being heard or without being done. Jehovah don't say anything and then take back his word. That's what I'm trying to say. So then verse 6 said, "Then the true God said to him in the dream, I know that you did this with a honest heart, so I held you back from sinning against me. That is why I did not allow you to touch her. Now return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and he will make supplication for you, and you will keep living. But if you are not returning her, know that you will surely die, and all who are yours." Jehovah is serious about this covenant. Jehovah is like, that's why I don't allow you to even put a hand on Sarah, because the covenant I made with Abraham, bring back the man's wife. This is God talking. You know, like sometimes we look at God, I always said this about God, like, he's such a personable God. He's such a God. It's so hard to get to the queen and politicians and superstars and those people because they're so, uh, you know. But God, it's so personable. God talked to us and we could connect to him through his son Jesus Christ. We could talk to him without have to going through nobody but Jesus Christ. And it's just so profound, the privilege we have as humans to communicate with God. God is like, bring back the man's wife. The man is a prophet. If you touch his wife, you and your whole generation is going to die. That's how serious God was about the covenant he made with Abraham and his wife Sarah. No other man could touch her. And we have to understand, when God made a covenant with someone, when God say a word, it is gonna be done. Nothing or no one can stop what God says. Abimelech, verse 8 says, Abimelech got up early in the morning and called his servant and told all these things, and they became frightened. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said to him, What have you done to us? What sin I have committed against you that you would bring upon me and my kingdom such a great sin? What you have done to me was not right. And Abimelech went on to say to Abraham, What were your intentions when you did these things? Abraham said, It was because I said to myself, Surely there is no fear of God in this place, and they will kill me because of my wife. So actually, Abraham is telling him the intention of him saying Sarah was his sister, because he feared they would kill him if he said she was his wife, kill him and take her as wife, because Abraham saw no fear in these men. But just one vision from God instilled a deep fear into this king. The fear, Jehovah put the fear of himself, fear of God in this king's heart after one vision. He was scared. I remember when Abraham just met him, Abraham said, I see no fear in you guys. So I was fearful for my life. If I said that was my wife, you'd kill me and take my wife. So I said it was my sister, so you could spare me. But God instilled the fear of God in that king on one night with one dream. We have to understand the power of God. When we fear man, God will show who is God. So Abraham said, It was because I said to myself, I'll read that. 12 says, And besides, she's really my sister, the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. So when God caused me to wander from the house of my father, I said to her, Let this be how you should show loyal love to me. Everywhere we go, say to me, He's my brother. Abimelech then took sheep and cattle and female servants and gave them to Abraham, and he returned to his wife Sarah to him. Abimelech also said, Here's my land is available to you. Dwell wherever you please. And to Sarah he said, Here I give 1,000 pieces of silver to you, to your brother, and it's a sign of your innocence to all who are with you, and before everybody, and you who are cleared of reproach. And Abraham began to make supplication to the true God, and God healed Abimelech and his wife and his slave girl, and they began having children. For Jehovah made all the women of the house of Abimelech. So, with this situation, it brought forth just a blessing, because I'm kind of like going into my spirit now, and I'm seeing how God uses scenarios and situations like this to glorify his name. How God would use example just like this one to show who is God and to glorify his name. So Abimelech was blessed, and then Abraham was blessed. I mean, he gave Abraham more cattle and more. Remember, Abraham is already a rich man, but this kind of like give him more. Abimelech give him more, and it shows God glory, and it shows whenever God made a covenant, whenever God say a word, it will not go undone. His word will come to pass. So I want you all to, I'm going to stop there, but I said, 4 to 5, even 10 chapters a day if you have to. Dig deep in God's word, because this is what's it's gonna deliver us. And it's worst if you're, it's best if you're reading the word and absorbing it. That's a word the prophet used the other day. Like, don't just read God's word for read's sake, but absorb what you're reading. Put yourself in the scenario. See what God is doing, because in this whole experience, I'm seeing what God is doing. He's literally using one scenario like this to glorify His name, to show that He's God, to show even men who are kings, who are fearless, who is God. So, I love you guys. I want you guys to continue to just read the word and be in the prophetic and absorb the word. Don't just get up and read the Bible because somebody said read the Bible. Read it and absorb what you're reading. Meditate on the word. Let it sink in your heart, because this is going to strengthen your relationship and your connection to God. It's going to give you wisdom. It's going to open your mind's eye to understand, which is the main thing we must do as children of God, to understand the mind and the heart of Jehovah God. I love you guys. Be blessed. I hope you're enjoying the channel. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribe. You guys have a blessed rest of the day.